everybody, and welcome to the 10th Nancy Drew game, Nancy Drew The Secret of Shadow Ranch. This game came out in 2004. We're gonna start a new game.
Welcome to my latest case, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help.
Junior.
Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch, but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been called away on some kind of emergency. They had Dave Gregory, he's their foreman, pick me up at the airport. He gave me a phone number, told me to call the Raleighs at that number as soon as I got settled in, and refused to tell me anything else. In fact, he barely said 2 words to me the whole ride to the ranch. What's worse, Bess and George aren't here yet, which is very strange, because even though we had to take different flights, we figured we'd get into Phoenix at about the same time. Being here without them feels odd. After all, the Raleighs are their aunt and uncle, not mine. I wouldn't even be here if Bess and George hadn't begged them to invite me out to the ranch for 2 weeks, too. Until about 3 months ago, the Raleighs owned a clothing store. Bess said it was always their dream to sell the store and buy a cattle ranch. I hope they're okay, but frankly, as beautiful as Shadow Ranch is, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this place. Love, Nancy.
Okay, let's call the Raleighs first. Oops.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Let's look at the director. Raleighs.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy Drew.
Nancy! Are you at the ranch?
Yes, and I'm a little concerned that you're not.
Is everything all right?
Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. I mean, it is now. It wasn't last night, of course.
Everything would have been fine last night if you hadn't made such a fuss.
How could I not make a fuss? There was a rattlesnake in our bedroom, for Pete's sake.
Did you say rattlesnake?
Did you say rattlesnake?
I told Ed to leave it alone and let one of the hands get it out of there, but no, Ed started poking at it with my yardstick, and all of a sudden it leapt up and bit him.
Where?
Where?
In the bedroom, dear. I could have sworn I mentioned that.
No, Mrs. Raleigh. I mean, where did it bite him? On his arm? On his leg?
Oh, on his arm, just below the elbow. Swelled up something awful. But fortunately, he's doing much better today, and the doctors think he'll be well enough to go home in a day or so.
I'm well enough to go home right now.
No, you're not. If I don't stay here with him, he'll get up and walk right out that door.
No, I won't.
What can I do to help you?
What can I do to help you?
Oh, nothing, dear. Absolutely nothing. You just go get a horse from Tex. He's the head wrangler. And go
Okay.
riding to your heart's content. I told Shorty to go ahead with the cookout I planned for tonight, and...
The envelope. Have her take that envelope to Mary.
Oh, good idea. There's an envelope in the roll-top desk in the den marked Mary. If you could ride over to Mary Yazzle's and give it to her, we'd really appreciate it.
I'd love to. Is there an address in the envelope?
I'd love to. Is there an address on the envelope?
Dave will tell you how to get there.
She's gonna have to get the key to the desk from him, too.
Oh, that's right. I always lock the roll-top. Dave has the key. Oh, dear. It seems like there was something else I wanted to tell you.
The horse, Bed. Tell her about the phantom horse.
Did he say phantom horse?
Yes. You see, last night we...
Hello, Mr. Raleigh. Time for those tests.
Uh-oh. We have to go. Don't worry about us, dear. You just go have fun. Just be sure to wear a hat and drink plenty of water. It's gonna be another hot one. Bye!
No, wait. Just tell me about the... phantom horse?
Okay, let's look at the web. Let's look at Arizona. Ancient cliff dwellings of Arizona. From around 8350 to 130 or 1300. A people that would become known as the ancestral Pueblones became the dominant culture in Arizona. The term Anasazi is also known to describe them, but because Anasazi is Navajo for ancient enemies, many modern-day Native Americans object to the term and refer to their ancestors as ancestral Pueblones, or the ancient ones, when speaking English. This ancient people started out as hunter-foragers, but around 300 AD, they started to depend more and more on farming. As a result, they began building permanent living structures. First, they built pit homes, which, as the name suggests, were essentially covered pits. Then around the pits, they began to erect walls made of loosely spaced wooden stakes, plastered with mud. This jackal construction was gradually replaced by mass masonry walls made of blocks and stones. Roofs consisted of a lattice work of poles, branches, and brush, covered with a layer of mud. These freestanding above-ground multi-room and sometimes multi-story stone buildings were known as pueblos. From about 700 AD until about 1275, most ancestral Puebloans lived in pueblos. For a brief period, then about 1200 to 1300, some of them built dwellings in the alcoves of cliffs. These cliff dwellings were made of sandstone blocks and mud mortar. While most of these dwellings were relatively modest in size and scope, their construction would have been difficult even in modern times. Why they were built only to be abandoned less than 100 years later remains a mystery. Some cliff dwellings, like the ones at Mesa Verde, are spectacular feats of architecture, having many rooms on many levels, as well as many circular, semi-underground ceremonial rooms known as kivas. Some cliff dwellings included towers several stories tall that were apparently not built for habitation. They may have been built so that one community could communicate with another via mirrors made of mica. Some scientists think they were used for astronomical observations. The doors in the cliff dwellings were surprisingly small. The ancient ones no doubt built them that way because they wanted to keep out the cold air in winter, but also because people who lived 800 years ago were smaller than people are today. An average male that was about 5'4" and an average woman was 5'1", petite. By AD 1300, the ancestral Puebloans abandoned their cliff dwelling and pueblos and left. While some believe they were chased out by some unknown but obviously fearsome enemy, others surmise that conditions had simply grown unfavorable to their agricultural lifestyle. Droughts and killing frosts may have become all the frequent cause, and they conclude that it was time to start over somewhere else. Okay. Cliff dwellings. Rattlesnakes in Arizona. Out of the 17 types of rattlesnakes they call Arizona home, the western diamondback, I guess we're reading about rattlesnakes, Crotalus atrox is most common. It gets its name from the brown and tan diamond-shaped markings on its back, and adults are commonly 4 to 5 feet long. It has a flat triangular-shaped head, long tubular retractable fangs, oval eyes, pupils, a thin neck, a thick, powerful body, and a white tail with black rings, at the end of which is usually, although not always, a rattle. Although they're usually found on dry land, they're excellent swimmers. Diamondbacks hibernate in the winter in rocky crevices or holes. In the cooler months of spring, they may be found in open areas where they can soak up the sun, while in the hot summer months they tend to remain in the shade in the daytime. Do most of their hunting at night. They feed on small mammals, lizards, and birds, which they inject with venom, then swallow whole, eating every 2 to 3 weeks. Baby rattlesnakes are born alive and are extremely poisonous from birth. When disturbed, most rattlesnakes will try to withdraw, but if it feels threatened, a rattlesnake will quail defensively and usually, though unfortunately not always, shake its rattle in warning. If you encounter a rattlesnake, leave it alone and leave the area immediately. Chances are when you return, the snake will be gone. Most people are bitten when they choose to disturb or attempt to handle a rattlesnake. Rattlesnake bites can be fatal. If you are bitten, you should not apply a tourniquet, cut this bite site, and try to suck out the venom as many old first aid books suggested. Nor should you apply ice to the site or immerse the bite in a bucket of ice water. Instead, remain calm, wash the bite with soap and water, keep the bitten area still and lower than the heart, and go immediately to the nearest hospital. Do not waste time trying to capture or kill the snake. Contrary to popular belief, it is not necessary to know exactly the type of snake you are bitten by in order to receive effective medical treatment. The bite of a rattlesnake is instantly painful. Swelling occurs within minutes, discoloration occurs within hours. Some victims experience metallic or rubbery taste in the mouth. Nausea, chills, sweating, and weaknesses are common symptoms. At the hospital, victims are treated with anti-venom venom. Because the venom is a diamondback is hemotoxic, it can cause blood clotting problems, but happily the majority of rattlesnake bites are successfully treated with as little as 2 to 3 days of hospitalization. Okay. Anything else we can read? Do we read about cliff dwellings? Scorpions. The scorpion is a venomous arachnid, like spider, whose sting can cause discomfort and even death in humans. Like spiders, scorpion has pedipalps, but unlike those of spiders, its pedipalps are pincher-like, resembling tiny lobster claws. Its body is elongated, and its abdomen consists of 12 segments. The last 5 form its tail. At the end of its tail is its venom glands and its stinger. Scorpions are nocturnal hunters, feeding on insects, spiders, centipedes, and each other. Several species can be found in Arizona. Ugh. The striped-tailed scorpion is about 2 inches long with stripes on the upper side of its body. It is a burrowing scorpion and is usually found outdoors. Campers may find them under their sandbags or shoes. The Arizona hairy scorpion is 5 to 7 inches long, and it's pale yellow and brown or olive green. It is attracted to water, and at night may be found around swimming pools as well as outdoor lights, to which food prey such as crickets, cockroaches, and moths are attracted as well. The bark scorpion is 3 inches long. Has a yellow or light tan body and has a very thin tail. Because it is a climbing scorpion, it can slip through cracks only 1/16 of an inch wide and is attracted to moisture. It is the scorpion most likely to be found inside homes. This is unfortunate because while the sting of the striped-tailed scorpion or the Arizona hairy scorpion is considered no more serious than the stings of ants, bees, or wasps unless the victim suffers an allergic reaction, the sting of a bark scorpion can be very serious. Symptoms of a bark scorpion sting include severe pain and swelling on the side of the sting, numbness, difficulty breathing, muscle twitching, and convulsions. The victim of a bark scorpion sting should seek immediate medical attention, but because scorpion stings are not that common, and because the anti-venom used to treat stings is very effective, death is rare. Okay, Saguru cactus. You can click that. So we can only learn about some things. Oh, Arizona. Here's a little history about Arizona, guys. On February 14, 1912, Arizona became the 48th state. It owes its nickname, the Grand Canyon State, to the huge, breathtakingly beautiful canyon which cuts through its northwestern corner, and owes its name to the mining which began when the Spanish claimed the southwest region of the U.S. in the 16th century. Arizona is a Spanish interpretation of the Aztec word Arizima, which meant silver bearing, or because a rich deposit of silver was found in a mine called Arzanic in the 1700s. Some people attribute the name of the state to that mine. Zonic comes from a Pima word, which meant little spring place. Arizona is the biggest producer of copper in the U.S., which is why its state flag has a copper-colored star in the middle. Long before the Spanish arrived, Arizona was populated by semi-nomadic Native Americans known as the basket makers. They hunted, farmed, made baskets and pottery, and lived in pit dwellings about 1,000 years ago. The ancient Puebloan culture, also known as the Anasazi, rose to prominence in the area. Their rock art still exists today, as do many of the stones and adobe communal living quarters they built. Those they built in the alcoves of cliffs are particularly spectacular. By 1350, the Anasazi had abandoned the area. Among the Native American tribes that exist in Arizona today are the Hopi, whom some believe are direct descendants of the ancestral Puebloans, the Zuni, the Navajo, and the Apache. The bloom of the saguaro cactus is Arizona's state flower, while the cactus wren, which often builds its nest inside a cactus, is the state bird. Rattlesnakes and scorpions are among the creatures which populate many desert areas. Let's see if I can get the last one. Saguaro cactus, here we go. The last part, the last reading material right now. The saguaro, and then we'll talk about Bess and George. The saguaro cactus grows only in the Sonoran Desert, which includes land in southwestern Arizona and southeastern California. This kind of cactus is extremely slow growing. At the end of its first year, a seedling may be only a quarter of an inch long. At the end of 15 years, it may be a foot taller. Only after 75 years will it grow its first arms, which begins as prickly nubs that gradually grow outward and upward. The longer saguaro lives, the taller it becomes, the more arms it has. The biggest saguaros are over 200 years old, have more than 50 arms, and weigh up to 8 tons. On average, saguaros live to be about 150 to 175 years old. The saguaro is susceptible to freezing temperature, which is why it is rarely found above an elevation of 3,500 feet. The thick tissues covering its vertical ribs absorbs water and causes the tree to swell like an accordion when it rains, as its ribs expand and hold the water. The saguaro lives off its stored water, enabling it to go long periods without precipitation. In May and June, 3-inch wide, creamy white flowers with yellow centers appear near the end of the saguaro's main branches. When pollinated, these flowers produce fruit, which contain thousands of tiny seeds. Birds eat the fruit, and in doing so help disperse the seeds and create a new generation of saguaros. Saguaro bloom is the state flower of Arizona. Okay, now we're going to call Bess and George. Bess Martin.
Hello?
Hi, Bess, it's me. I'm at the ranch. Where are you guys?
Omaha.
Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha as in Nebraska.
Omaha? As in Nebraska?
Our plane had to land here so they could fix some radio problem, and now they're saying... It's Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, George.
Now they're saying we may be here for hours.
Hours? You're kidding.
Hours? You're kidding.
Who knows what's really going on? Yeah, no one around here ever gives you a straight answer. So what's going on there?
A lot.
A lot. Last night, Uncle Ed and Aunt Bet found a rattlesnake in their room.
That's
Oh
pleasant,
my
right?
gosh! Are they okay?
Well, actually, it bit Uncle Ed.
Is he all right?
He will be. Right now, he's in the hospital. He'll probably be there for a day or two. Aunt Bet's staying with him.
Oh my gosh!
And apparently a phantom horse showed up at just about the same time as that snake.
A phantom horse? Of all the times to get stranded in some stupid airport. Look, you just better keep us posted, Nancy Drew. That's all I gotta say. We're so bored. George just bought a book on 19th century clothing and
Oh,
accessories.
that's cool.
George did?
It's the only thing in the bookstore here that looked halfway interesting. So if you need to know anything
didn't know
that's
she
even
was into
remotely
fashion.
related to 19th century fashion, let us know, okay?
Sounds good to me.
So what else has been going on?
How about some hints?
How about some
I don't
hints?
know.
I think that can be arranged. What do you need?
I'm not. Let's
That's
see
it for now.
I'm gonna
Thanks for
figure it out.
calling.
I'm gonna
Bye,
figure it
Nan.
out. Okay. Let's exit at that. Let's look around. Let's look at this
Frances Humber. Wonder who she was.
Frances Humber. Look at this old radio.
Phoenix and surrounding areas will be hot and dry today, with temperatures expected to reach the mid-90s by 5 this afternoon. After that, temperatures will begin to drop, with a nighttime low in the mid-60s. Most areas to the south and west of Phoenix can expect more heat for the next several days, while areas to the north and east should also expect rapidly developing thunderstorms. So if you're going to be hiking, biking, camping, or horseback riding, be aware that sudden downpours and flash floods are always a possibility at this time of year, and don't go into the wilderness areas unprepared.
We've got several livestock auctions in the area tonight.
Oh,
Hear that? That's the sound of happy cattle, healthy cattle, cattle whose diet includes Big Pink mineral supplement, chelated for easy absorption. Big Pink is the perfect blend of calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, chlorine, potassium, sulfur, cobalt, copper, fluoride, iodine, iron, manganese, selenium, and zinc. Minerals no bovine should be without. So for big results, stock up on Big Pink now.
Phoenix and surrounding areas will be hot and dry today, with temperatures expected to reach the mid-90s by 5 this afternoon. After that, temperatures will begin to drop, with a nighttime low in the mid-60s. Most areas to the south and west of Phoenix can expect more heat for the next several days, while areas to the north and east should also expect rapidly developing thunderstorms. So if you're going to be hiking, biking, camping, or horseback riding, be aware that sudden downpours and flash floods are always a possibility at this time of year, and don't go into the wilderness areas unprepared.
We've got several livestock auctions in
Auction.
the area tonight and tomorrow. Small animals, including goats, rabbits, and chickens, will be auctioned
putting
off at
animals
Barney Hall
on
and
auction
Apache
is so
Junction, with
cruel.
doors opening at 6 and bidding beginning at 7.
It's like buying
Barney Hall
dogs.
is located at 1339 South North Street.
I find that gross. I don't want to hear that.
Phoenix and surround.
Okay, that's a bunch of junk. Okay, cool. I'm not for that at all. It's gross. That's just my opinion, though. City Slicker's Guide to Ranch Horses, Book 1. It's I love reading material, sorry. It's the 21st century and they still use horses. While much of the work on a modern cattle ranch can be done using motorized vehicles, a great deal of it is still best accomplished on horseback. Cowboys can keep track of cattle grazing in rough terrain more easily by riding a horse, which can navigate the same steep, rocky gullies that cattle can then by driving a pickup truck. Cattle tend to accept a horse and rider in their midst more readily than a noisy dirt bike in jobs like herding and sorting, which require quick changes of direction and speed in order to control the movements of excited, confused, and sometimes just plain stubborn cows and calves would be all but impossible without a horse. In fact, anyone who has ever watched a good cutting horse at work can't help but wonder if it's the cowboy on its back that is obsolete. Though the horses found on working cattle ranches are sometimes called cow ponies, they are not necessarily ponies. A pony is usually defined as a horse that's under 14.2 hands, 58 inches. They're more correctly called stock horses and are most likely to be quarter horses. Paints or Appaloosas. The quarter horse was developed in 17th century America by colonists looking for horses that could excel in straight, short distance races. These quarter-mile horses, which evolved from Arab, Turk, and Barb breeds, now were brought over from Europe, were compact, heavily muscled, even-tempered sprinters. When the pioneers went west, so did the quarter horse, and as cattle ranching grew in economic importance, quarter horse, whose ability to start, stop, and turn quickly and to anticipate and thwart the movements of cattle, became an indispensable part of ranch life. Today, this incredible versatile horse can be seen everywhere, competing in ranch-related races, such as cutting and roping events, as well as refined events such as dressage and show jumping. According to the American Quarter Horse Association, founded in 1940, preserved the breed. A quarter horse can be just about any color, from sorrel to buckskin, a blue roan, but can only have white markings on the face and below the knees. The paint horse, and it is a breed, though it is distinguished by its beautiful markings, is not simply a color breed to be officially recognized as a paint. A horse must be bred from horses registered with the American Paint Association, American Quarter Horse Association, or the Jockey Club, which registers thoroughbreds. As a result, paint horses are similar when it comes to conformation. When it comes to comp paints, however, no two paints are ever the same. Paints are categorized by 3 types of coat pattern: Tobiano, Avero, and Tovero. The head of the Tobiano is similar color-wise to those of a solid-colored horse. It may have no white on it at all, or it may have a blazed strip, star, or snip. All 4 of its legs below the knees and hocks are usually white. The white markings on its body are regular and often round or oval shape, and its tail is frequently 2 colors. The head of an Avaro horse is bold white markings, and its body displays regular scattered splashes of white. Its back between its withers and its tail, as well as 1 or all 4 of its legs, is usually dark, and its tail is usually a single color. Tavri describes as paints whose coat patterns fail to fall neatly into either the Tobiano or Overo category, such as a horse with a bald white face, like this one, 4 white legs, and a predominantly dark body that displays regularly shaped white markings. To further complicate matters, there is no guarantee that breeding 2 paint horses results in a painted foal. However, solid color horses with paint horse bloodlines can be and are used for breeding. Gross. Like the quarter horse, paints can be found wherever calm, sturdy, woolly mounts are required. The Appaloosa was developed by the Nez Perce tribe of the inland northwest. It is unclear whether the Nez Perce, I don't know how to say that. I'm saying it right. Established a breed in horses such as the Spanish introduced to North America in the early 18th century, or 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 whether the Appaloosa migrated across the land bridge between Asia and North America with the Nez Perce, I'm going to say that, thousands of years earlier, as ancient Asian pictographs about horses suggest. In any case, by the 1800s, the Nez Perce has a remarkable large herd of these strong, sure-footed, colorful horses. Well, its general conformation is similar to that of other stock horses. Appaloosa has several distinguishing characteristics. No other breed possesses highly distinctive spotted coat pattern. Most common is a blanket pattern where an otherwise solid-colored horse will have white hindquarters with dark spots. Some Appaloosas are white with uniformly sized dark spots that create a leopard pattern. Some are a mottled mix of light and dark hair. The skin of the horse and nose and lip of an Appaloosa is a mixture of pigmented and non-pigmented skin, giving it an almost freckled appearance. The white of its eyes and sclera is indeed white and readily visible. This is not the case in other breeds, giving the Appaloosa a very alert, wide-awake appearance. Mules and other breeds. Mules can be found on other ranches. A cross between a female horse and a male donkey, a mule is known for being sure-footed and unflappable. As a result, it is still often used as a pack animal, like a pony. Gaited horses such as Paso Fanos, Peruvian Pasos, and Tennessee walking horses are extremely smooth to ride, and as a result, have their place in some working ranches. Draft horses can still be found pulling wagons and sleighs, though it's usually due to keep visitors amused rather than to get ranch chores done. So just stick your head. Book 2. So this is the next book, I guess. Okay, that was a lot of reading. Oh god, newspaper. Here we go. The Tumbleweed Times. Paint dries in record time due to record heat. Local science teacher spends day watching paint dries. It's the most excitement he's had in years. Inside, Burnett Spammer Winkwickle wins a Tumbleweed Crusty Chitlins Chili Cook-Off A3. Page. Those are pages. Schnauzer abducted from backyard. Oh no, Schnauzer. Owner believes aliens did it. Okay, she's hopeless. Prickly pears defeat gunky geckos 1-0. Head to playoffs. Okay. Well, that's not much to read, is there? We can change the time, but we don't need to, I don't think. Let's look over here. Blankets. So you can't look at the posters. Let's look at here. It's locked. Okay. Any reading material here? No. I don't know if we'll have to find books to put that back. No books there. There might be something here. Yeah, there is. Hold on. Here's the second book. What do you know? City Slicker's Guide to Ranch Horses, book 2. More readings about horses. Basic care and feeding of a ranch horse. Unlike horses used primarily for recreation or competition, most ranch horses spend their off hours outdoors, sometimes under the protection of trees or a lean-to, rarely in an enclosed stall, and in the cold winter months, they're likely to grow long, shaggy coats. But their basic nutritional requirements are exactly the same as any other working horse. Because a horse left to its own devices in the wild would spend all its time looking for and eating grass and other vegetation, its digestive system is set up for the continuous consumption of relatively small amounts of food. Digestion is aided by the continuous movement of the horse as it forages. Blah. As a result, feeding a horse a large quantity of food all at once, then making it wait hours for its next meal, while tied up or restricted to a stall, can be a recipe for disaster. Things to consider when feeding a horse are its weight and the amount of work it is doing. All domesticated horses need hay. In general, a horse should eat between 1.5% and 3% of its body weight every day. This means a horse that weighs 1,000 pounds should be eating anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds of food a day. It's recommended that half its food rotation should consist of good hay, which horses need to keep their digestive tracts sound and to satisfy their natural urge to chew. This means that a horse weighing 1,000 pounds should be fed at least 7.5 to 15 pounds of hay a day. Timothy Alfalfa and Brome brome grass are among the hays commonly fed to ranch horses. Timothy hay. Interesting. Working horses are usually fed grain as well as hay in order to provide extra energy and protein. Oats, corn, and soybean meal or a mixture of these along with supplemental vitamins and minerals are among the grains ranch horses are commonly fed. When it comes to grain ration, each horse's needs must be determined individually. The energy needed of one 1,000-pound horse might mean it needs only 2 pounds of grain a day, which others might need 10 or more pounds a day. While still another might thrive on an all hay diet and may need no grain at all. It all depends on how much work the horse is doing, how much hay it is getting, and how well it digests and absorbs the chosen source of grain. It's important that grain be added to a horse's diet slowly. Always remember to go by the weight of the grain, not by its volume. For example, a gallon of oats is quite different from a pound of oats. And to use a properly calibrated scale when mixing grain sources. It's an old-fashioned scale. And never feed a horse more than 5 pounds of grain at one time. If a horse needs to eat more than 5 pounds of grain a day, divide the ration into at least 2 feedings separated by as much time as possible. Improper feeding can result in medical conditions that are very painful and potentially fatal to the horse, such as colic and founder. In a horse, colic can be simply described as abdominal pain. This pain can be due to excessive gas or an intestinal blockage, both of which can be caused by feeding a horse the wrong food or too much of the right food. Signs of colic in its early stages may include light listlessness and a lack of appetite. As this condition worsens, the horse may roll, repeatedly lie down, stand up, sweat, and kick at its abdomen. Aww, poor baby. Call a veterinarian. Don't give the horse food or water and keep it walking if it keeps trying to roll. Founder occurs when the tissue between the it's like more physical foot bone and the wall of the hoof swells. The resulting pressure causes pain, and if the swelling is severe, blood flows may stop and the tissue may die, resulting in permanent damage to the horse's feet. That's the small tissue. Bottom view of affected area. Diet-related causes of founder include eating excessive amounts of grain and drinking cold water before being properly cooled down after exercise. What color is that horse? What color is that horse? Black. Black body, like Black Beauty, you know. Black body, black mane and tail with no hint of red. Some black horses fade a rusty brown in constant sunlight, others remain a fade-proof blue-black. Chestnut, the most popular kind. Orange-red body, orange-red mane and tail. Color can vary from yellowish red to a deep rich brown and liver chestnut, but the mane and tail will always be the same color as the body. Sorrel, such as a chestnut, only with a flax and light-colored mane and tail. Not everyone agrees with this definition. Bay, reddish-brown body, black mane, tail, and lower legs. Bays can be very dark, almost black, but if the horse has black points and even a hint of brown or red, it's a bay. Buckskin. A yellow tan or dun-colored horse with black mane, tail, and lower legs. Buckskins with primitive markings, dark stripe down back, horizontal stripes on upper legs are called duns. Palomino, golden body, flaxen mane and tail, no hint of red in its coat. Dappled gray, dark skin, white, dappling of a gray background. Gray turn white as they age, but always retain their dark skin. I love white horses. White, blue or brown eyes. Pink skin, white horses are born white, unlike grays, and they are not albinos. Roan. That's pretty. A horse that has white hairs interspersed with the base color. The face, mane, tail, and legs of a roan are the solid base color. Chestnut roan is sometimes called strawberry roan due to its reddish-pink color. A black roan is sometimes called a blue roan. Okay, I think that's all I can read. Let's see, what can I do here? Reading material here? Reading material. Oh, frick. Winner of the, went through my heart. What is this? Tibet, Charlene Purcell. I've heard that name. Oh, I'm not allowed to read. I'm just gonna look at the autograph. Wait. Oh. What? Oh, I guess I can't read it. Okay. That's another name, I think. From another game. Okay, well, there's not much else to do. By all means. Let's go here. That's how I make food. Oh, look at the cow magnet. I don't want to talk to him just yet, I don't think. I'm gonna go look outside. That's horses. It's the chicken coop.
You talked to the Raleighs?
I sure did. Do you think Ed's gonna be alright?
I sure did. Do you think Ed's gonna be all right?
He'll be okay. Getting bit by a rattler's no picnic, but it sounds like he's out of the woods.
But I should say something about a phantom horse. Said something about a phantom horse. Do you know what she was talking about?
Bet said something about a phantom horse.
Everyone thinks
Do
this
you know
guy's
what she was
handsome.
talking
It's
about?
okay.
This glowing horse came galloping up
dance
out of
to
the
a
dark,
phantom.
making a real ruckus. Everybody woke up and went running outside to look. It reared up a couple times, then spun around and went racing off the way it came. By the time anybody thought about going after it, it had disappeared.
It was glowing.
It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Guess you're gonna be asking me a lot of questions, huh?
I don't know. Why do you ask?
I don't know. Why do you ask?
The Raleighs said you were a detective.
Amateur detective. It's just a kind of a hobby.
Amateur detective. It's just kind of a hobby.
I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. We were short a couple hands to begin with, and now with the Raleighs gone and everybody on edge over what happened last night, well, this is not a good time to be visiting Shadow Ranch, that's all.
How do you think that rattlesnake wound up in the Raleigh's bedroom?
How do you think that rattlesnake wound up in the Raleigh's bedroom?
Probably crawled in through a mouse hole sometime during the day and took a nap. Nighttime's when they're most active. Something the Raleighs found out the hard way.
Could somebody have put it there?
Could somebody have put it there?
Guess it's possible. Person would have to know how to handle snakes, of course, but then if you work in the desert, that's one of the things that's good to know.
The Raleighs asked me to take something out to Mary Yazzle's, but it's in the den in the roll-top desk, which is locked. They said he had the key.
The Raleighs asked me to take something out to Mary Yazzle's, but it's in the den in the roll-top desk, which is locked. They said you had the key?
Sure do. They gave me their key ring at the hospital.
Great, thanks.
To get to Mary's shop, just follow the trail that goes northeast out of the corral. Can't miss it. And I should probably warn you, she doesn't like the Raleighs.
Why not?
Why not?
No idea. Not really any of my business.
True. I talked to my friends Bess and George. Their plane's been delayed. They aren't sure when they're gonna get here.
I talked to my friends, Bess and George. Their plane's been delayed. They aren't sure when they're going to get here.
Sorry to hear that. Well, to be honest, I'm not, really. Driving back and forth to the airport takes a lot of time, and time's one thing we're all running kind of short of around here.
I'll let you get back to work.
I'll let you get back to work.
Ma'am?
Ma'am. But, it's been a pleasure. Okay? Doing business with you. Okay. I don't want to talk to that guy right now. I want to go over here. Okay. We got the key. Got the key. Let's open it, buddy. Okay. There's a couple things I think we want to look through. Let's grab that. Let's grab that.
The Raleighs sold a trunk full of junk to Mary Yazzle.
Items sold. Used steamer. Trunk containing junk items from Shadow Ranch. For $85. How much is that today? This was 2004. Paid in full cash to Ed Raleigh. To Ed and Bed Raleigh, just because you fired me, don't make another mistake. Don't make another mistake and think that you've heard the last of me because you haven't. We all know that I deserve a second chance. Letting me go without giving me one was just plain wrong. In fact, know what your problem is?
Sounds like this Jane Nash person has it out for the Raleighs.
In fact, know what your problem is? You don't believe in justice. But see, I do. That's the way my brother and I were raised. Justice always prevails, although sometimes it needs a little help. You'll see. Jane Nash. Ooh, is that a threat? Okay.
That's not the right time. Must be broken.
It must be broken. How can we fix it? Hold on, was there something I missed or no? A double check. No. Let me see what this says. Still fixing up front porch. Use back door, Dave. Okay. Oh, okay. There was this. I don't know if that was right. There we go. Scrap. Oh. Oh no, I don't have the thing in that. My bad. Can I take it with me though? No.
This doesn't look like it was ever opened.
Franz's Shadow Ranch. Oh, and I opened it? Am I allowed to?
As usual, things did not work out like I planned. Just when I get everything fixed just right for you to go looking for the thing I hid for you, I go and get myself arrested. But no matter what you hear, nothing is gonna happen to me. I will be fine and we will be together soon, I promise. Meanwhile, you can keep busy by looking for what I hid. Start by using this piece of paper to mark where all the rock pictures are. They will tell you what to do next. Your favorite flowers, and the flowers on your favorites, start keeping them in mind too. I will leave a message for you in this here cell, just in case they decide to move me to the jail down in Tumbleweed or something. I like vexing your brain, because when you are thinking real hard, like when you're playing the piano, you are more beautiful than anything in the world. I am sure to be out of here before you find my treasure, but in case I am not, know that it is all yours, and that you are more precious to me than 10,000 treasures put together. 9, 12, 15, 22, 5, 25, 15, 21. Dirk. P.S.
Dirk.
I do not and never will hold what your father did to me against you. I like vexing your brain.
What's this? I'm gonna need that. Looks like a puzzle. This is Journal of Merrill Humber.
July 4th, 1882.
Oh God.
got sworn in as sheriff. It was the 4th, so it's like all them celebrations was for me, which of course they weren't. Francis thought up a song and played it on the piano for me. I forget how it went, but it was purty. I'm lucky to have her for a daughter. Hereford Shoup come by with a plant he brung from New York, which he calls Harrison's Yellow. Looked right dead to me, but Francis planted it out back and gave it some water, and already it looks to be on the mend. She's 17 and can read and write good and knows her numbers. Hereford's thinking to marry her, but I said she ain't of that mind yet. March 30th, 1883. Francis has got eyes for a young man named Dirk. She says he's from Prescott. Cappy says when she plays the piano, this Dirk makes everyone be quiet so he can hear her good. I ain't never seen her smile like she smiles now. I told her to bring him to the ranch for dinner, but she says he won't come because he is too shy. I wonder if that is the truth. April 16th, 1883. Got a letter from the sheriff over in Phoenix about this Dirk Valentine who was wanted for robbing 2 banks in a stagecoach. The picture with the letter looked just like Dirk, who Francis is sweet on. When I showed her the picture, she got tearful and run off. Now, Dirk is gone, and she won't say nothing about where he went. August 2nd, 1883. Dirk Valentine is robbing banks and coaches and trains all over the territory. Francis says he never ever shoots his gun and only steals from people that already got plenty of money. But that ain't true, because some of them trains he robbed was carrying money, meant to pay miners a hard-earned wages. He is nothing but a no-good, greedy outlaw. But Francis gets real mad when I say that. I fear she is still sweet on him, and that she sees him when she knows I am busy, and gets letters from him which he hides from me. September 9th, 1883. Got hold of a note Francis sent to Dirk and saw where they was going to meet. So I got a posse and we caught Dirk, and now he's in jail. The judge is coming next week, and I hear he is a hanging judge, so Dirk most likely ain't long for this world. Francis won't say nothing to me no more and says she never will again. September 13th, 1883. Dirk sent a secret letter to Francis, which Mason got hold of and give to me. I locked it up so she won't ever read it. Francis ain't allowed to see Dirk in jail, of course. If she never sees his letter, maybe she will think he don't like her no more, and maybe she will stop liking him. Francis's ma would have known what to do better than me. I wish she was still alive. September 17th, 1883. They hung Dirk at noon. I thought I would be glad, but I ain't. September 18th, 1883. Francis took Brownie in my big saddlebag and is gone. She ain't told no one where she's going, not even Cappy. But I know she will forget Dirk, and when she does, she will come home because she's a smart gal and will figure out that I did what I'd done for her. January 4th, 1884. My sister says her little girl Ellie got a letter that said Francis went east and is not of a mind to ever return. I hope this ain't the truth, because I miss her something awful. June 11th, 1884. The Harrison's Yellow, which Francis said was her favorite flower in the world, is just a pile of brown sticks now. I don't know how to look after delicate things like that, so it is my fault that it died. I ain't seen or heard from Francis in a year. I tell people she's on her way home, but when I look in my heart, I know this is a lie. She will never come back to Shadow Ranch, and it is my fault. I'll just have to find a way to live with it.
Oh, that's sad. Okay, I think this one is actually even numbers. So we just have to press these numbers. 12. And whichever one goes up, down, we have to do them. 6. 6, 4. If they go back up, we have to redo it. 6, 4, 8, 10. That's the key, and that's somebody. Then the people. Okay. I'm gonna go to where the horses are. Anything here? Let's talk to this guy. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, let's talk to this
So
guy.
which one are you?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
The Raleigh said they were going to be inviting some young ladies out here. I take it you're one of them.
Yes, I'm Nancy Drew, and you are?
Yes, I'm Nancy Drew. And you are?
I'm the head wrangler. You want to ride, you come to me. You prove to me you know what you're doing, I may just let you.
Did you see the Phantom Horse last night?
Did you see the Phantom Horse last night?
I saw something. Just what? I still ain't sure. Now, if you want to ride, listen up. First thing you're gonna do is never ride unless you're wearing a hat and gloves. And unless you got a full canteen of water. You can wear that hat over there. It's Mrs. Raleigh's. Got a helmet built right in. Her gloves are on the saddle you'll be using. And you can get a canteen from Shorty. Then you're gonna saddle and bridle your horse. No need to brush him. I do that when I bring him in.
Okay.
Then you're gonna lead him to the mountain block in the corral and mount up. Then I'm gonna ask you some questions. You can't ride outside the corral till you get all the answers right.
If I don't know something, can I just ask you?
If I don't know something, can I just ask you?
Nope. When you're done riding, you're gonna dismount, hook your horse up, take the saddle and bridle off, and put him back where you got him. Always keep your gloves with your saddle.
Do these horses ground tie?
Do these horses ground tie?
Yep. If you get off when you're on the trail, don't tie your reins to nothing. Just drop them. And barring an earthquake or something, old Bob will stay put.
Bob? Who's Bob?
Bob? Who's
A
Bob?
horse.
The bay over there.
Bay
Name's
horse.
Bob. That's who I'm putting you on.
Do you know anything about the treasure that Dirk Valentine supposedly hid for his sweetheart?
Do you know anything about the treasure that Dirk Valentine supposedly hid for his sweetheart?
Nope.
Somehow I knew you were gonna say that.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, man. Let's look at this. The American quarter horse, forehead, all that. Is there anything else? I don't want to grab that yet. It's over here. Oh, feeding. Don't think I can do that yet. Horse feeding. Always check your girth before hitting the trail. What? Okay, I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
Well, hello there.
That's me though. Let's go back out. Let's go back to the kitchen. I just wanted to explore what was out there. Okay.
Hey, you must be Nancy. I'm the cook, Shorty Thurmond.
Shorty.
Welcome to Shadow Ranch. Come on over here and tell me about yourself. You have talked to the Raleighs, right?
I have, and I still can't believe what happened to Ed.
I have, and I still can't believe what happened to Ed.
That is creepy, isn't it? But the horse, that was even creepier. See, I was just about to crawl into bed last night when all of a sudden this glowing horse comes galloping up outside. It stops and rears and paws, whinnying and snorting. Then it just wheels around and gallops off into the night. It was Dirk Valentine's horse, you know. Now it's a phantom.
Dirk Valentine?
Dirk Valentine?
I don't know what you're
Dirk
talking about.
Valentine was an outlaw around here back in the 1880s. Legend has it he was in love with Frances Humber. She lived right here on Shadow Ranch. Unfortunately, her daddy was the sheriff.
Something tells me the story does not have a happy ending.
Something tells me this story does not have a happy ending.
Because of him, Valentine was captured and eventually hanged. Ever since, the ghost of his horse has been roaming the desert, cursing whoever sees him with bad luck.
You don't really believe that, do you?
You don't really believe that, do you?
All I know is, Ed Raleigh sees the horse, and what happens less than 2 minutes later? He gets bit by a rattlesnake. You do the math.
Well, we better get going.
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't
Screw
be a
this.
stranger.
Screw this.
Hey,
Okay.
you're crowding me here, Nancy. I need elbow room when I cook.
Sorry.
Well, you can't go over there when he's cooking, huh? Oh. Okay. My favorite, cheddar ranch cake. I can look at the other ones though. Adobe bread. Corn fritters. Rattlesnake chili. Sunny fry bread. Taco salad. Vinegar pie. That sounds kind of gross. Okay. We have the sheriff's number. Tumbleweed, Arizona.
I was right. It's hot.
I can't take that right now.
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, we should go back then. Let me see what else I have.
That can't check that off till it's done. Check. That's done. I'm finished with that.
Okay.
Hey there, Nancy. Man, I wish the Raleighs were here.
How come?
How come?
I'm really looking forward to you and me sitting down and having a
Why
nice
me?
conversation. Especially with all the weird stuff that's going on. I'm so busy getting all their chores done in addition to my own that I barely have time to talk to myself, let alone to you.
Why do you want to
Enough of me
flirt with
complaining.
me, dude?
What's up?
What better get going?
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger. Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure
Okay.
talking to you.
Well, that's nice. Let's go talk to him.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
How long have you worked here?
How long have you worked here?
About as long as the Raleighs have lived here. About 3 months, I guess. I was their first hire. First me, then Tex, then Shorty.
Texan's a little ornery.
Tex seems a little ornery.
He does his job and he does it good. Far as I'm concerned, that's all that's important.
I found a letter that may have been written by Dirk Valentine and Francis Humber way back in the 1880s. What do you know about them?
I found a letter that may have been written by Dirk Valentine to Francis Humber way back in the 1880s. What do you know about them?
I know there's a painting of her over in the ranch house, and that's about it. Why? What'd the letter say?
The letter made it sound like Dirk was sending Francis on some kind of treasure hunt.
The letter made it sound like Dirk was sending Francis on some kind of treasure hunt.
Well, if the guy did hide something, it's probably long gone by now.
I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna check up on, Okay. Let me see what you wanted again. Hello.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Nope. With the Raleighs gone, the ranch is real short-handed. Before you ride, you're gonna have to go see if Shorty's got any chores that need doing. Gotta get a canteen from him anyway.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! Nancy Drew. Okay, let's go see him.
You got some friends back there?
Why do I walk outside and I just speak to the horse? That's so mean. I'm like, hello. Oh, hello. Hello, horsey.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Tex said I should get a canteen from you and see if there's any chores you'd like me to do.
Tex said I should get a canteen from you and see if there are any chores you'd like me to do.
Music to my ears. First thing you can do for me is go out to the garden and pick all the ripe vegetables. You know what ripe vegetables look like, don't you?
You bet I do.
Good, because if you pick vegetables that aren't ripe yet, I'll be real ticked. You can put them in
like
the
red?
vegetable basket that's hanging outside. And one more thing. Sometime today, I need you to build a cooking fire in the pit outside. I'll light it when I'm ready to start cooking. And be sure to fill the bucket out there with water and leave it by the pit. You know, just in case something catches on fire that isn't supposed to. The Raleighs wanted to have a cookout tonight, and by golly, we're gonna have a cookout no matter who is or isn't here.
Okay, you're demanding and you want to be fed. Okay.
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
You want to talk to me, but I don't really know you and I don't really want to talk to you. Because you give up kind of creepy vibes, no offense. The other people, not so much. The other one's a little intimidating, and that guy's nice. Let's go walk out. We can grab this now. Okay, let's walk over here. Romano, old ivory eggs, northern lights. Let's look at our phone.
Hello?
Hey, Bess.
Oh.
Nancy, our link to the world of excitement and intrigue and
I can
decent
guess I can
food.
call him.
What's the latest?
Apparently last night this glowing horse came galloping out of nowhere, caused a huge commotion, then went galloping off and disappeared.
I'm not sure what I should do next.
Check that task list you keep in your notepad, or the case notes you keep there. Maybe those will help.
Apparently last night, this glowing horse came galloping up out of nowhere, caused a huge commotion, then went galloping off and disappeared.
It was glowing?
Evidently it was pretty spooky.
Evidently, it was pretty spooky.
You're there investigating phantom horses, and what are we doing? A big fat nothing. That does it, George. We're suing the airline.
The cook Shorty Thurmond, he says the phantom horse belonged to this outlaw named Dirk Valentine who was hanged back in the 1880s.
The cook, Shorty Thurmond, he says the phantom horse belonged to this outlaw named Dirk Valentine who was hanged back in the 1880s.
Why is your
Is
music
Valentine
playing?
guy a phantom too?
I don't think so.
Well, how come his horse got to become a phantom and he didn't? Bess, phantoms don't really exist, okay?
According to legend, seeing the horse is bad luck.
I believe it. I mean, look at what happened to the guy who owned him.
You know, you think it's kind of odd that the rattlesnake showed up in the Raleigh's bedroom right after that phantom horse showed up outside?
Don't you think it's kind of odd how that rattlesnake showed up in the Raleigh's bedroom right after that phantom horse showed up outside?
You don't buy that it was an unfortunate coincidence?
Dave said that when the horse appeared, everyone ran outside to look.
Dave said when the horse
There we
appeared,
go.
everyone ran outside to look.
So, you're saying someone used the horse to lure everyone outside, then put the snake in their room, knowing no one would be watching?
It's possible, don't you think?
But if you're right, it means someone wants to hurt Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed. Oh my gosh! If you're right, it means that someone is on the ranch.
And whoever it is must be working with an accomplice. You know, someone to wrangle the horse.
So everyone there is a suspect.
That's
Oh,
right.
I'm a victim,
Well, you
honey.
don't have to sound so happy about it.
Would you... Would you believe I found a letter that Dirk Valentine wrote to Francis Humber?
Would you believe I found a letter that Dirk Valentine wrote to Frances Humber?
No way.
It was locked up in this chest that belonged to her father, and the letter was never opened. According to his journal, her father intercepted it and locked it away before Frances could read it.
So did you read it? Of course she did. I mean, she better have.
It said that Dirk had a bunch of his loot somewhere.
It said that Dirk hid a bunch of his loot somewhere.
Ooh, I love it when outlaws hide loot, don't you? What'd the letter say?
Well, evidently Dirk wanted Frances to have the loot he'd stashed, so he set up this elaborate treasure hunt for her. The letter contained all sorts of weird, obscure clues to help her find what he'd hidden.
But if the letter was never opened, Francis couldn't have found the treasure. Oh my gosh, it could still be out there.
And someone could be using that phantom horse to chase the Raleighs off the ranch because they want to be the ones to find it.
We're stuck here when we could be there with you looking for hidden loot? That does it, George. We're suing the airline and the airport.
I'm not sure how to go about building an outdoor cooking fire like Shorty asked me to. Any hints?
I'm not sure how to go about building an outdoor cooking fire like Shorty asked me to. Any hints?
3 words. Tinder, kindling, and fuel. Tinder is anything that burns real easily, like really dry grass or newspaper. So put that down first. Then surround it with kindling. You know, sticks, pine cones, scrap wood. But don't just dump it on. Make a teepee out of it so air can circulate easily. Then add the fuel. You know, the big stuff. But it can't be too big. You might have to split some logs to get fuel that's the right size. And don't forget to keep a bucket full of water nearby. Aunt Bet is a real stickler for safety.
That's it for now.
2 words, Nancy. Call us.
Cool beans.
Check. Can't check that off yet. I haven't done that yet.
What do you mean? Okay. Let's look at our web. Internet browser. About harvesting vegetables in the home garden. When it comes to vegetables, knowing when to harvest them can be just as important knowing how to grow them. Some vegetables are ripe when they reach full size. Others are best eaten long before that. Some should be harvested when soft. Others ripe when they're hard. It's important to know not only what vegetables you're growing, but what variety as well. Bell peppers. Sweet peppers start out green, they turn other colors and mature. Mature peppers, those who have reached their final color, should be clipped off the plant, not pulled off. Regular harvesting will promote the growth of new fruit. Popular varieties include California Wonder. Early Cal Wonder. So this is the right one. This one. Snap beans. Beans that are meant to be eaten. Romanian rainbow. Beans that are meant to be eaten pod and all are called snap beans, caused when they're ready to eat. The pods snap easily when bent. Some varieties grow like a bush, others vine and be trained to grow on a polar trellis. Ripe beans should be pinched or cut off the plant, not pulled. The more beans you pick, the more beans the plant will produce, so harvest them frequently, daily if necessary. In the picture below, the beans on the left are unripe. The beans in the middle are ripe, and the beans on the right is overripe. Popular varieties include Kentucky Wonder, Sungold, and Romano. Dry beans. Though they look like snap beans, dry beans are raised for their seeds. The pods of these beans are allowed to dry on the plant until the pods are crisp and the seeds beans within are hard and rattle in their pod. Because a bean plant stops producing if the pods are allowed to reach maturity, picking dry beans will not result in production of more beans. In the picture above, the beans on the left is underripe. The pod in the middle is ready for harvest, and the beans on the right are what's inside a ripe pod. Popular varieties include kidney, pinto, black turtle, and navy. Tomatoes. Oops. Tomatoes come in many varieties that is more native to what color they are supposed to be, ripe in order to know when to harvest them. Once their tomato on a vine reaches maturity, which is this one, others ripen soon after, so harvest often by clipping or pinching, not pulling all ripe tomatoes from the plant. Popular varieties include beefsteak, red when ripe, northern lights by color when ripe, golden queens, orange when ripe. So that's like how you do it. So this one's ripe. Those are ripe. Those are not ripe. These are ripe. These are ripe. I'll take that.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Pick those vegetables for me
You
yet?
betcha.
You betcha.
Good for you. Now, second thing I need you to do for me is take this, go out to the chicken coop and fill it up with eggs. Just be careful of that basket. It's kinda old. And don't forget to build me that campfire like I asked.
Right.
Right.
Got it, dude. So let's look at my inventory. Right click pieces to rotate. We're gonna have to rebuild it. Okay. Not quite. Okay. 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 Oh, there's some being down here. Easy peasy cover girl. Or not. Or not. Let's move that one over here. Okay.
There. Am I good or what?
I'm perfect. Okay, now we're gonna have to do this. Now we're good. Now we are good. Good to go. Okay.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Ma'am?
I love when he calls him ma'am. So nice. Okay, hey, you don't even think about taking my eggs when I'm here. It makes me crazy. So you don't want to take the eggs, when they're there. Okay. Is there another area? Oh, this one. So we're gonna have to wait on that. Take a look at these. This one's a little.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, see what happens?
Yikes! Maybe I'll come back when she's not in such a foul mood.
She's protecting her babies. If there are her babies.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Nothing happened in there.
See you later.
Let's go to the kitchen.
You can find more eggs than that.
I can?
Okay, we're gonna watch the kitchen. Let's try again. She's not there. She ran the hell away. They're not annoyed.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. Anything I can do for you now?
Do you think I could get a canteen of water from you?
Do you think I could get a canteen of water from you?
Got one right here. You're good to go.
Okay.
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime.
Let's look for more kindling. We found one. We can't do that just yet. That's where it should go. More areas. Right there. Take one of those, definitely. We should get two of
Bank
them.
robbers?
They're all newspapers, right? Hopefully. They don't sell newspapers anymore, do they? Okay, now we can put the kindling.
Wonder who wrote this. It's a fire pit. I need to start with tinder.
Oh, tinder. Let's not go there first. Let's go see what this is about.
Something goes here.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of confused, but let's see. Not quite.
How?
No. Okay, well.
I should split all the wood first.
All the wood. Oh my god, too far. There we go. Good job, girl.
Something goes here.
It's one of those. No, I don't think that's... There we go.
There. Just call me Nancy Paul Bunyan Drew.
Paul Bunyan Drew. Nancy Paul Bunyan Drew. You're so funny. Okay. Now what? I'm gonna need that. Let's go to the shed. Oh god, what do I do here?
I need something to put the fire out.
I don't have fire yet. What do we have here? So this is to put the fire out. Let's fill it up. Can I fill it up?
I need something to put the fire out.
Should be this. Just in case. Never know. Okay, let's do the fire. Let's put that there in case.
So far, so good. Those are too big.
That.
I need more kindling.
You need more kindling. Okay. That's one more kindling then. Can the newspapers back? Yeah, we did. Okay. I'm gonna have to add more kindling. It's lovely.
No sense going in there without a horse to ride.
Where's the kindling? We need more kindling. There's not much to do. There we go. I think that should be good.
So far, so good. I need more kindling.
What? Okay. I don't see anything. Let's go over here.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Yep, if you got everything I told you need, and you think you know your stuff when it comes to horses, old Bob's all yours.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
Okay. just need more kindling. Okay. I think we got all the kindling.
That should do it.
Yep. And then I gotta do this. I think. Or I gotta put the logs down.
There. One extremely well-built campfire, if I do say so myself.
Great looking fire, Nancy. Nice job.
Now what?
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
I'm so confused. I did the fire pit.
I'm finished with that.
I don't know if I douse it yet. I guess I don't do anything right now. Okay. I think I can go ride the horse. So let's go grab this. So that matches. Cowboy hat. Let's see if we can talk to Tex.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Yep, if you got everything I told you need, and you think you know your stuff when it comes to horses, old Bob's all yours.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
It's this one. Of course, I want to ride this one. Just put this on. Oh no. Okay, we gotta lift this. Chain's good. Oh no. Okay. So let's lift this up. Let's tighten this one. We have to.
Come on, Bob.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You have some questions for me.
Ready for some questions?
I think so.
You bet.
Where's the horse's hocks?
On its back legs.
On its back legs.
That's 1 out of 10.
Ask me something else.
Where's the horse's frog?
On the bottom of its hoof.
On the bottom of its hoof.
2 out of 10. Got a long way to go.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
5 feet.
5 feet.
3 down, 7 to go.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
A gated horse.
A gated horse.
That's 4 right.
Ask me something else.
How can you tell if a horse is colicking?
It keeps lying down and then standing up.
It keeps lying down, then standing up.
That's 5. You're halfway there.
Ask me something else.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
A bay has black points.
A bay has black points.
Bingo. That was number 6.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
The Nez Perce.
The Nez Pierce.
7
Pierce.
down. You're in the home stretch.
Ask me something else.
What part of a horse is most likely to be hurt when it founders?
Its feet.
Its feet.
8 right. Just 2 to go.
Ask me something else.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The cinch.
The cinch.
This here's your final question.
I'm ready.
What is a mule?
The offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
The offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
Well, you answered all the questions right. And I can tell by the way you sit, you ain't gonna go falling off for no good reason. So you're free to ride outside the corral. Just don't go galloping all over the place. Because if you bring old Bob back all hot and sweaty, you can kiss your cowgirl days at Shadow Ranch goodbye.
Let's
Okay, Bob.
go.
What do you say we do some sightseeing?
Oops. We're gonna Mary's gifts. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see who she looks like. Should we look around? Let's talk to her first. Hello, Mary.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, are you Mary Yazzle?
Hi, are you Mary Yazzle?
That's me. I didn't hear a car. Did you hike in or come by horse?
I rode here. I'm Nancy Drew. No, Bob brought me a horse, and my name's Nancy.
Bob brought me. He's a horse. My name's Nancy.
So where are you staying?
Shadow Ranch.
Shadow Ranch.
I heard what happened last night. Tough break for the Raleighs. Getting that place going has been a real struggle for them.
How did you hear about it?
How did you hear about it?
Word gets around.
Here, I have something for you.
Here, I have something for you. Bet wanted me to give you this.
Great. I want to buy a small piece of property from them. It must be their response.
Bad news?
They rejected my offer. Well, I guess that's that. But as long as you're here, look around. All the jewelry you see, all the rugs, the beadwork, the pottery, they were all made by local artists, including yours truly. So if you want to know something, especially if you want to know how much something is, just ask.
Okay. I understand they bought a trunk full of junk from the Raleighs recently.
I understand that you bought a trunk full of junk from the Raleighs recently.
Yeah, they didn't want much for it, so I took it off their hands. Problem is, I still don't know what's in it because I can't figure out how to open it.
Have you asked the Raleighs about it?
Have you asked the Raleighs about it?
They were no help, although they did offer to buy it back from me. I just told them to keep looking for a way to get it open.
Are there many petroglyphs here?
Are there many petroglyphs around here?
If you take the trail to Cougar Bend, there are hundreds. A lot of them were probably made by the Anasazi. They lived in the area until about 700 years ago, when they just suddenly picked up and left.
It was great talking to you.
It was great talking to you.
Come in again.
Okay.
What a beautiful horse.
Yeah, it's her and her horse. Nice photos, I guess. Petroglyphs of the Southwest. There are an estimated 30,000 petroglyphs in Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah. Petroglyphs are images of human-like figures, animals, or abstract symbols. They were carved into rock by members of ancient Native American cultures hundreds of thousands of years ago. Petroglyphs are not to be confused with pictographs, another form of rock art in which images are painted on rock. Petroglyphs are actually part of the rock, which make it difficult, if not impossible, to know for sure when they were carved. Nor should the images be confused with hieroglyphs. The ancient Egyptian system of writing in which pictorial symbols represented specific ideas and or sounds. Although some petroglyphs might have commemorated specific events such as a successful hunt or some noteworthy human achievement, most are simply nothing more or less than exactly what they look like, pictures that someone, for whatever reason, felt like creating. Although no one today can say with certainty why members of past Native American cultures etched pictures into rock throughout the Southwest, the fact that they did guarantees the ancient ones will not soon be forgotten. That's a magic. Okay. Cool. Let's see what's here. We also deal in local antiques. Ask for details. Mary.
Tuning forks. Cool.
Yeah, tuning forks. Nothing there. What's this? We polish rocks and petrified wood. Ask for details. Mary. Arizona's petrified wood. It takes 4 ingredients to petrify wood, turn it into stone, wood, water, mud, and time. Trees that existed in the Triassic period 225 million years ago in swamps and alongside streams eventually died, toppled over, and were carried downstream. When these logs and branches eventually stopped, they became buried under thick layers of mud and debris. Lack of oxygen kept the wood from decaying, while the volcanic ash in the mud caused silica to slowly seep into the wood, a process called permineralization. The silica gradually filled, and eventually replaced individual microstructures with quartz crystals. The petrification process continued for millions and millions of years, so that by the time the ocean that had formed above the wood receded, and the thick layers of sediment enshrouding it dried up and eroded away, the wood that was gradually exposed, the wood that we see today, had been turned to stone. But if petrified wood is largely quartz, and quartz is colorless, why is petrified wood so colorful? When the silica seeped into the wood, it carried with it other minerals that are present in the mud, such as iron, copper, and manganese. Iron oxides cause orange, rust, red, and yellow hues seen in petrified wood, while copper produces green and blue tints. Manganese results in pink and purple tints. Silica produces white and gray tints. Depending on their size, age, and visual appeal, a piece of petrified wood can sell for anywhere from $5 to several $1,000s. On public land regulated by the Bureau of Land Management, petrified wood is treated as a mineral and falls under mining laws, so that no permit is required to remove limited quantities of petrified wood for non-commercial purposes. Removal of petrified wood from national and state parks is prohibited by law. Let's see what's over here. Charlene Purcell, highly successful romance novelist. Charlene Purcell will be touring the Southwest this summer. A meticulous, tireless researcher, Miss Purcell knows more about what went on in the 19th century Arizona than do most historians. Invite her to speak in front of your favorite organization. Hear firsthand how she put together wonderfully detailed, emotionally rich works of fiction. Book her call today. And there's her number. Okay, what we have here. All arrowheads in the shop were surface collected on private lands. Okay, anything else I should be aware about? This thing? What's this thing? Level 1. Okay. Help the Roadrunner get in its hole before the Coyote catches it. Okay. We're this. Before the Coyote catches it, my bad. Level 2. There's 2 over here. Level 3.
An old token, or something.
Cool. So I looked at these. Let's see if we can talk to her.
Hi, can I help you with something?
Is that you writing that beautiful palomino in the picture over there?
Is that you riding that beautiful palomino in the picture over there?
That's my horse Banner. I train him myself.
What else can he do?
What else can he do?
Anything I ask. He and I are both pretty talented.
I won something that looks like a token when I played that game over there. What is it?
I won something that looks like a token when I played that game over there. What is it?
They actually used those for something back in the 1880s, but I don't know what.
It was great talking to you.
It was great talking to you.
Ride safely.
Okay.
That trunk looks really old.
I saw this.
Would you mind if I try to get this open?
Please do. In fact, if you get it open, I'll let you keep something from it. You can have your pick.
Okay, we're gonna have to use these levers that we take on and off. Okay.
I got the trunk open.
Great, thank you. Go ahead and take something from it. You deserve a reward.
Thank you. Which one should we take? I'm gonna take the pocket watch, I think. Okay, cool. Let's call Charlene Purcell.
Charlene Purcell's office.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. May I please speak to Miss Purcell?
Concerning?
I'm staying at a ranch in central Arizona, and since she knows so much about the history of Arizona, I thought maybe she could answer some questions for me.
Questions concerning?
Well, I came across a very old trunk that might contain stuff that has to do with these people named Dirk Valentine and Francis Humber. Only I can't open it.
Did you say Dirk Valentine?
And his girlfriend, Francis
I already
Humber.
opened
Yes.
it, I figured it out.
Would you hold, please?
Thank you for holding, and thank you for calling the office of Charlene Purcell. Miss Purcell's latest novel,
I took
Like
a
Wind
guess.
Through My Heart, was an instant bestseller. And like so many of her novels, it recently received the Catherine Coop Award for Historical Excellence. Reading a Charlene Purcell novel is like traveling through time to the Old Southwest on the wings of love. This is Charlena. Who is this again?
Nancy Drew?
Tell me about the trunk you found.
Well, to open it, I need to put these wrenches in these 3 holes. But I don't know in which directions they need to be pointing.
That does sound like it came from the Humber family. Is there any kind of picture on it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there's this kind of abstract design made up of hearts and doves and the initials EH and AH.
EH would be Eldridge Humber, and AH would be Abigail Humber. Frances Humber's grandparents on her father's side. Her mother died when she was 10. Now, the picture no doubt commemorates their wedding day, which was 4/9/11. April 9th,
That would be
1811.
4/9/18.
Those numbers must
11,
have something to do with the directions in which those wrenches need to be pointing.
I'm afraid I wouldn't know. In the course of my research, I've only read about the trunks
It
Merrill
was
and Eldridge Humber handcrafted.
9/11.
I've never actually opened one. However, I've been running across fascinating tidbits concerning the Humber family and stashing them away for years. When I have enough tidbits stashed away,
I found a
may
pocket
well
watch.
write a book about them.
Then you'd probably be very interested to know what's in this trunk.
Yes, I would. And since I've helped you, or tried to, it's only fair that you help me, don't you think?
Sure, I'll keep you posted. Did I mention that I'm staying at Shadow Ranch?
This just gets better and better. I'll tell my assistant to put your calls through immediately. By the way, why are you so interested in the Humbers?
Knowing more about them and what happened in the past may help me figure out something that's going on in the present. I'm kind of a detective.
That makes 2 of us. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Okay, cool. Now, there's this pocket watch here.
I I wonder how you open this.
We're gonna use the same.
Bingo!
This time we're
F.H..
gonna, yeah.
Francis Humber?
We're gonna use odd numbers, as you can see.
I wonder how you open this.
As you can see, I think we're gonna have to use odd numbers this time to see the buttons. 1, 3, 5. So the same kind of deal. 5, 9, 5, 3, 5, 1. 5, 1, 11, 5, 1, 3, 9.
Green bottle under...
Green bottle under.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know, but I'll have to take this with me, won't I? Let's go back to Bob. Back to Shadow Ranch. Okay. I'm gonna move his saddle for now.
Hi there! You two aren't too shabby looking either.
Now I gotta return it to its stand. I believe.
Uh-oh. I'd better put that back.
Tex Britton, Shadow Ranch. Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh, Jane Nash is Tex's sister.
I still can't believe I got a real life cowboy for a brother, your little sister Jane. Is that it? Did I take that with me? Oh. Yes, I did. Okay. Let's talk to him. Who's right here?
You
Didn't
still
even
here?
hear us. You sound surprised.
You sound surprised.
You and your friends, if they ever show up, you ain't gonna last more than 3 days out here.
Well, I hope you like surprises, Tex, because you're in for one. Why do you say
Why
that?
do you say that?
City folk can't take living out here. Too rugged, too much work, too dangerous.
I understand you have a sister named Jane Nash.
I understand you have a sister named Jane Nash.
So what if I do?
I found a pretty nasty letter from someone named Jane Nash in the Raleigh's desk.
I found a pretty nasty letter from someone named Jane Nash in the Raleigh's desk.
That don't mean it was my sister. Hey, you've been snooping, haven't you? In the Raleigh stuff? In my stuff?
Not really, I mean, not technically.
Not really. I mean, not technically.
My business ain't none of your business. And that includes any sisters I may or may not have. You need to go. I'm busy.
Okay. Well, he's upset that I... Okay. Whatever. Shadow Ranch evening.
And she'll be coming around the mountain when she goes.
Okay, Shorty.
Yodelay.
I can't take any more.
Where are you going? You can't leave. The Raleighs said we were to have a cookout and entertain our guest.
Yeah, well, I don't call this entertainment. It's worse than whatever that stuff was you cooked.
That was lamb ragout for your information, and it was great. If you couldn't appreciate it, it's because your taste buds are about as sophisticated as a sand flea's.
I think I'll turn in too. Night, ma'am. Next time, just stick to burgers.
Et tu, Brute? You see that? You see what I put up with? Day in and day out, I cast my culinary pearls before ungrateful, uncultured swine. Well, I'll show them.
Uh-oh, that's a threat.
I'll write a best-selling cookbook, that's what I'll do. Then I'll get my own TV show, then I'll do
That's
a
too
movie.
much.
And while they're out here punching cattle...
He's a little suspicious, in my opinion. Oh no,
Oh my
phantom
gosh.
horse. Oh, honey, it's a white horse. Oh, it's gonna jump. Oh no, or not. That was scary. It jump right out. Oh hell no. Okay, it's the next day. Shadow Ranch, next morning.
And you say this happened right after that phantom horse showed up again?
The pump house blew just as the horse was galloping away.
Oh, my, this is awful. Maybe Shorty was right. Maybe that horse is a bad omen.
I'm more inclined to think that someone is using that horse to divert attention.
I'm more inclined to think that someone is using that horse to divert attention.
What do you mean?
It's possible that while everyone's attention was on that horse, someone sabotaged the pump house.
Why on earth would someone sabotage the pump house?
Someone may be trying to chase you off the ranch.
Someone may be trying to chase you off the ranch.
But why?
That I don't know. Yet.
You don't think Tex or Shorty or Dave is somehow involved, do you?
It's possible, but I just don't know yet.
Oh, my. You might not be safe there.
Maybe we should send her home.
I'll be fine. Really, I want to help, and I can help.
Well, it sounds like we could certainly use your help.
Can you think of anyone who might have a grudge against you?
Can you think of anyone who might have a grudge against you?
No, but I'll tell you what. Ed and I will put our thinking caps on, and if anything comes to us, we'll call you. Have you called the sheriff and told him all this?
Not yet.
Tell her about the storm.
Tell me about the what?
The storms. You need to be careful when you go riding because it can be sunny one minute and pouring down rain the next.
I'll be careful.
Good. And if you have any more questions, just call.
One more thing. Until I figure out what's going on, it would probably be a good idea not to mention my suspicions to anyone at the ranch.
Of course. Keep in touch.
I will. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the pump house. And see what the hell is going on. See what the hell is going on. Okay, let's go. And there's a note on the door. Crimes do no trespassing aboard the sheriff.
I better not go in there until I call the sheriff.
Sheriff.
Hernandez.
Hi, are you the sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm staying at Shadow Ranch.
Oh, yeah? I spent a good part of last night out there.
I know, I never got a chance to talk to you.
I know. I never got a chance to talk to you.
Is there something I can do for you?
Would it be alright if I looked around the pump house?
Would it be all right if I looked around in the pump house?
Sure. I'm all done in there. Should have had my deputy take that sign down. Mind my asking why you want to look around? Wait a minute. Dave told me about you. You're the girl detective.
Amateur detective.
I don't know. Dave seemed to be real impressed with you. In more ways than one, I might add.
Do you know most of the men who work at Shadow Ranch?
Do you know most of the men who work at Shadow Ranch?
I know them all. That doesn't mean I'm best buddies with them, but it's a pretty small world out here. And I've either known or known of those boys for years.
And they're all stand-up guys, as far as you know?
I'd vouch for every single one of them.
Thanks for your help.
My pleasure.
Okay, before we go in there, I'm gonna go in the kitchen. Since Shorty is not here.
Mineral deposits?
Map no mineral occurrences.
Can I help you find something?
No, actually, I pretty much found everything on my own.
For your information, I got those maps because I was hoping there might be a long-lost gold mine or two around
You
here.
scared me,
But
Shorty.
like most of my get-rich-quick ideas, it didn't pan out. Apparently, there's no gold left in them thar hills, or silver, or copper, or anything else. Now, I don't ever want to catch you in my stuff again. Yes?
I'm embarrassed that you caught me snooping through your stuff.
I'm embarrassed that you caught me snooping through your stuff.
Just proves we're birds of a feather. I've been known to go poking through other people's stuff myself.
Oh, you sound bad. Got any chores you want me? Have you ever met Mary Yazzle?
Have you ever met Mary
Yes.
Yazzle?
Course. Nice lady. I mean, for the most part. Gets real unfriendly when the subject of the Rowleys comes up.
Do you know anything about the piece of property she's been trying to buy from the Raleighs?
Do you know anything about the piece of property she's been trying to buy from the Raleighs?
Well, I know she says she wants to buy it because she feels spiritually drawn to it, but I think she's got something up her sleeve. Oh, Nancy, it's great having you here. I mean, I like to talk, you know? I like to converse, to debate, to discuss.
Pleasant. You like to gossip, don't you?
You like to gossip, don't you?
More than anything. Which isn't a bad thing. People like you and I are fascinated by the
Why
human
do you
condition,
think I am?
that's
I'm a
all.
good person.
So,
You
who
seem
else do you want to talk
suspicious.
about?
Nobody really.
Nan's like, I'm done, weirdo. Have you ever been to the pump house?
Have you been out to the pump house?
All the water to the ranch house has been cut off. The livestock will still get water from the windmills, but we humans are gonna have to get every single drop of water we use from the faucet in the pump
Ew.
house. And that's gonna be a royal pain. Why can't that darn horse do its cursed thing somewhere else?
You really think what happened at the pump house was a result of bad luck?
You really think what happened to the pump house was the result of bad luck?
I saw the pipe. It was rusted through. That's why it burst. That and bad vibes from that equine banshee.
Got any chores you want me to do?
Got any chores you want me to do?
Do exactly what you did for me yesterday, and I'll be forever grateful. Start by picking all the ripe stuff in the garden again. Basket's outside.
Well, I better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Okay. Then we'll call some people. Okay. Let's pick this
I
one.
shouldn't pick any vegetables until I have something to put
I
them
just
in.
ran, honey. Let me go get that basket. I just ran like the one over here. Oh, hell no. I did not sign up for you. Shit. Second chance. What do I do? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna be safe and not go over there. I'm gonna come back. Is it still there? Good. So every time we go back, it will change. Okay. Let's grab those.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into
Go,
Shorty
go,
right
go,
away.
Go, go, go.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
You
betcha.
betcha.
Good for you. Now, if you just fill that egg basket for me again, we'll be all set.
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Okay, I'll get the eggs, but hold on, let me call somebody. Let me call some people. Just for information. Let's call this SWGO survey. First. This will take a bit.
SWGS, this is Gaza.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Not too long ago, you provided this person I know with a map that showed the locations of mineral deposits in central Arizona.
That's what I'm here for.
Is it unusual for an ordinary citizens to request a map like that?
Is it unusual for an ordinary citizen to request a map like that?
Depends on which map it was.
The number on it was PUB893A.
Publication 893 Alpha. Let me get it on my screen here. Yeah, that's a map somebody'd use if they wanted to go prospecting in their spare time. What's this person's name?
Shorty Thurmond?
Shorty Thurmond. Yep, there he is. According to my notes, he just started a job in the Shadow Mountain area and figured he'd go looking for gold on his off hours.
You keep notes on all the calls you get?
In a bureaucracy like this one, you never know. When something goes south and fingers start pointing, it's always good to have your side of the story all nice and documented.
How likely do you think it is that Shorty will find any gold around Shadow Mountain?
How likely do you think it is that Shorty will find any gold around Shadow Mountain?
Oh, he might find a nugget or two, but from the looks of the maps I sent him, any ore out there would be of such low quality that attempting to extract gold from it would be pointless. That's interesting.
What is?
Apparently, this Shorty person asked me if I knew anything about Dirk Valentine's treasure.
Really? Do you remember what he said?
As I recall, he'd heard a rumor that some outlaw had buried some kind of treasure near Shadow Mountain. He thought it might be in an old mine shaft or something.
And what did you tell him?
Nothing. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, thank you, Gaza.
No problem. What did you say your name was again? Nancy...
Drew.
Nancy Drew. Asked a lot of questions. Didn't buy any maps.
But she really appreciated your taking the time to talk to her. Be sure to put that in your notes too, okay?
Got it. Goodbye, Miss Drew.
Bye.
Okay. Now we're gonna call Charlene Purcell again. Purcell.
Charlene Purcell's office.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. May I please speak to Miss Purcell?
She told me to put you right through. She even told me to make sure you didn't have to listen to that recording again. You really rave.
Hello, Nancy. So what have you discovered?
I opened the trunk and found a locket watch on it that used to belong to Francis.
I opened that trunk and found a locket watch in it that used to belong to Francis.
And was anything in the locket watch?
Half a picture. I'm pretty sure what's there is a picture of Francis. I think the missing half was of her father. Anyway, on the back it said, green bottle under.
Wonder what that means.
I was kind of hoping you'd know.
I was kind of hoping you'd know.
Sorry, I know a lot about the Humbers, but I don't know everything. What happened to all of Dirk Valentine's ill-gotten gains? That's what I'd really like to know.
What do you think happened to it?
What do you think happened to it?
The rumor is Dirk hid his fortune in such a way that only Francis would be able to find it. And seeing that he was basically just a high-spirited, fun-loving guy who loved taking risks, I tend to believe it. But the fact that after Dirk's demise, she spent the rest of her life teaching school in Ohio strongly suggests that she never found the treasure. So the rumor probably isn't true.
I have a reason to believe that it is.
I have reason to believe that it is.
Really? Tell me.
I found a letter from Dirk that Francis never read. It told her how to start looking for what he'd hidden for her. His clues were rather obtuse, though.
For example?
For example, he refers to her favorite flowers and the flowers on her favorites. Do you know what that means?
No, and that's the problem. Whatever clues he left for her no doubt relate to things only she and no one else would understand.
Well, I'm gonna try to figure it out anyway.
Well, I'm going to try to figure it out anyway.
That's the spirit. And if you think there's something I can help you with, please do not hesitate to call.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
That would be great.
That would be great. Okay, let's go to Bess and George, because...
Hello?
Where are you guys? You've got to get out here. I saw the Phantom Horse last night.
Know what we saw last night? The inside of a motel room in St. Louis.
St. Louis?
St. Louis?
Our plane finally took off at 7 last night. We didn't call you because we wanted to surprise you.
Only the next thing we knew, we were being diverted to St. Louis on account of bad weather, so the airline put us up at a motel.
But when we came back to the airport this morning, guess what?
You're fogged in.
You're fogged in.
We're fogged in.
I have never seen fog this thick.
Visibility's 3 feet tops.
You can barely drive in this stuff, let alone land and take off. Let's change the subject.
So you saw the Phantom Horse?
Last night, right after the campfire, this glowing horse appeared out of nowhere, then went galloping away. And right after that, the main pipe in the pump house sprang a leak. Another case of bad luck? I think not.
So while everyone's attention was on the horse, someone sabotaged the pump house.
First the rattlesnake, now this. Yikes.
Has either of you two ever read anything by an author named Charlene Purcell?
Has either of you two ever read anything by an author named Charlene Purcell? She writes romance novels that take place in the Old West.
That rules me out.
I saw her on a talk show once. Seemed kind of full of herself. Why do you ask?
I had to call her in order to open this old trunk at Mary Yazzle's. She knows a lot about the people who used to live at Shadow Ranch.
I bet I know more about 19th century clothing design than
Okay,
she does.
George. I found a half-burned note that had a bunch of gibberish on it in the fire pit.
I found a half-burned note that had a bunch of gibberish on it in the fire pit.
Gibberish? You mean like a code?
That could be why someone tried to burn it, so no one else at the ranch would ever know what it said.
Maybe it was about the sabotage.
That's just what I was thinking.
That's just what I was thinking.
So just find a way to decode that message, and you'll be all set.
I found a locket that belonged to Francis Humber. It had a picture in it with the words green bottle under written on the back.
I found a locket that belonged to Francis Humber. It had a picture in it with the words green bottle under written on the back.
Maybe the bottle's a clue to where Valentine's loot is hidden.
Could be. Although I'm really not sure how. If we're right, and Francis never found that treasure.
Well, that green bottle obviously meant something to her. I think you should find it first and ask questions later.
I could sure use a hint when it comes to using that piece of paper Dirk left for Francis to keep track of where the rock pictures are.
I could sure use a hint when it comes to using that piece of paper Dirk left for Francis to keep track of where the rock pictures are.
Whenever you see a petroglyph, just click on the grid, and 2 letters that mark its place on the grid will appear below.
Just make sure that where you click on the grid corresponds as closely as possible to the position of that particular petroglyph out in the desert.
If you're careful, pretty soon all those letters will spell out a message.
That's it for now.
Thanks for calling.
Bye, Nan.
Bye, Nan. Okay, we're gonna go to the chicken coop.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. I need you to do one more thing. It's Tex's birthday. The Raleighs told me to make him a cake. Now, if I make it, he'll throw a fit. But if you make it, he might actually appreciate it. So why don't you dig a cake recipe out of the recipe box and have at it? I don't care when you make it, just so it's done by the end of the day. The icing's already made.
Could I get a canteen of water from you?
Could I get a canteen of water from you?
You betcha. You're good to go.
Well, I better get going.
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Okay, so we want to look at the Shadow Ranch cake. Gonna take it with us. And this measurement thing. I'll take a picture of it. Okay. So, we're gonna look at
First thing I'll need to make that cake is a mixing bowl.
Okay. We're gonna need the butter. Actually,
Missed.
wait. Throw away. Let's see. Take a picture of this first. Okay. One cup equals 1/2 cup. So we're gonna place 2 sticks. Then we're gonna add 2 eggs. And the recipe calls for 1 2/3 cup milk. So we have to add the milk 5 times because I have a 1/3 cup measure. 3, 4, 5, and 2 pints of flour. Okay.
Missed.
I don't want that, I want this. Baking powder, we're gonna take 3 of these. We'll add the sugar 7 times because it's a 1/3 cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll add 3 spoons of vanilla extract. 2, 3. Right? Bake. I hope I got this right. Why do I want to bake it in this? Okay, here we go. Oh, let's see.
Looks like I'm gonna have to guess how long to cook it and what temperature to use.
Yeah. 45. And then medium. Hopefully it works. It looks good.
Perfect.
Oh.
Maybe I should try a little, just to be sure.
I don't know.
I should put that icing Shorty made on it.
Okay. Right click. Oh god.
What are these?
I made you that flour Frances mentioned in her recipe.
Ooh, cool.
I cut all the pieces out of marzipan using her old forms, but I'll be darned if I can figure out how the pieces go.
Okay. I think it's supposed to look like... it's supposed to fit this image. So... no. No. I mean, I guess. There we go. We're supposed to. And then this is the flower part. Okay. Not too sure. Not too sure. Maybe that could be over here. Okay. Okay, we got it.
It's a tulip. What's this?
That's food coloring, so you can paint that marzipan flower.
It's gonna be this. Like that, right? Okay, now what?
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
Well, the cake is done. Okay. Let's talk to Tex.
Not that my family's any of your concern, but my sister did work for the Raleighs back in Phoenix. She got fired, she got mad, but she's over it. Okay?
Why didn't you tell me about that before?
Why didn't you tell me that before?
'Cause it makes me look bad. I figured no one ever find out, and when you did, I just got all flustered like.
So all the bad stuff that's been going on around here, it's not because you're helping her get back at the Raleighs for letting her go.
So all the bad stuff that's been going on around here, it's not because you're helping her get back at the Raleighs for letting her go?
Fact is, my sister can be kind of a flake. I'd have probably fired her too.
Has anyone tried going after that phantom horse when it appears?
Has anyone tried going after that phantom horse when it appears?
Nope. Always something else going on. Like Ed Raleigh getting snake bit, or the pump house blowing up. Plus, that horse is fast. Probably couldn't catch it anyway.
Is it okay if I go riding?
Is it okay if I go riding?
Nope. Feed the chickens and the horses in the corral first. Could be fatal if you mess up.
Okay.
So don't.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
Okay, we're gonna go feed. So, we're gonna go over here. Actually, look at this again. So this is... Oh, I don't need that. I was just seeing. Did it take that with me? Good, I didn't. So this is oats. This is pellets. Corn. Cattle supplement. And chicken chow. Let's get the chickens first. Okay. Wait. Empty it. Empty it. I want to take that. I'll take another scoop. So that's an even number. I guess the guy in charge of the chickens is not available. Wait, where is he? See, he's not there. Here, chickies.
Okay, chickens, come and get it.
Come and get your food. Okay. Now we're gonna go feed the horsies. Which will be up here. See, the chicken feeding was just groups chicken chow. So Bob, Tilly, and this is all of them. He's gonna have 2 oats, 1 corn, 1.5 pellets. Okay. So we're gonna take 2 oats. One corn, which is one and a half mixed pellets. Okay, we're gonna try this again. This is 4.5. Which is exactly what Bob needs. I screwed up last time, so let's not. Do you like it? You like it, horsey? I have to do the same for the other horses. So there's Clyde and Ace. I love you, Clyde. I love you too, Bob, but okay. I love all horses. What am I saying? Okay. So now we know. 2 is 2. Okay. So Clyde is ration C. We have to return the bucket here. You'll need 3 scoops. And 1 scoop of mixed pellets. And that's 4.5. Keep. So now I get the drill. It'll have to be like 4.5. Let's see if this actually works. There you go, Clyde boy. Can I go back? Okay. Good. That means I'm good. And then Ace. We'll need 1. 1 cup of corn. And then I think, 2 scoops of mixed pellets, which will add up to 4.5. Keep. Okay. Cool. Now we're gonna go to the pump house. Ooh, that does not look pleasant. Let's fill up this water. I think, or not, maybe not.
Looks like the pipe is pretty badly corroded.
Arrowhead. And then something over here. What is this?
Dave?
Dave, what you doing, boy?
Well, where did you come from?
Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to sneak up on you, but what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak up on you, but what are you doing?
Well, see, I'm looking for Dirk Valentine's treasure.
At least he's honest. Then he lied before you said you didn't know who Dirk Valentine was.
Then you lied before when you said you didn't know who Dirk Valentine was.
Yes, ma'am. See, my great-aunt Ellie was Francis Humber's cousin. When she died, she left me a bunch of stuff, including an old letter she'd gotten from Francis. In the letter, Francis said that Valentine had hidden a bunch of loot somewhere and wanted Francis to find it by following the clues he left for her. Francis was real smart, see? Loved puzzles, played the piano pretty good too. Anyway, after Valentine met his end, Francis was too broken-hearted to care about some treasure. She told Aunt Ellie that if she could find it, she could keep it. I also found this picture. That's Francis's father, Sheriff
Oh, I
Merrill
need that,
Humber.
actually.
There's something written on the back. Stairs to cellar. That's Francis's handwriting. Looks like the other half of the message got torn
but I'm
off.
not gonna tell
I was
you
hoping that the treasure might be under the stairs in here, but no such luck.
I do know this place had a cellar.
I didn't know this place had a cellar.
As far as I know, no one does. The entrance is secret. These stairs lead to a secret door behind the bookcase in the den.
What do the Raleighs think about all this?
What do the Raleighs think about all this?
The Raleighs don't know. I was afraid that if I told them, they'd... See, my brother's dead broke. No job, health's bad. I was thinking if I could just find the treasure...
I understand, but I'm in kind of an awkward position.
I understand, but now I'm in kind of an awkward position.
I know, and I'll tell them, I swear, soon as they come back. They got enough on their minds right now.
Troublesome. What about all the accidents that have been happening around here lately?
What about all the accidents that have been happening around here lately?
I don't know anything about that horse or any of the other stuff that's been going on around here, I swear. Now, if you'll pardon me, I need to tend to my chores.
Arrivederci, I
No,
guess.
wait, you don't have to leave.
Too bad he left. He closed the door behind him. He's done. Oh, look. Chicago, okay, 1881. What do I do? Am I supposed to open it?
Something's missing.
Like what? Okay, am I supposed to take this with me? Yeah, okay, it's a puzzle.
Acid. Wonder what somebody's been using that for.
Don't want to take it, but ew. Okay, well. Is there anything else? I don't think I want to go up the steps just yet, but however,
looks like I'm back in the den.
I don't want to go there just yet. I don't want to go there just yet. There's supposed to be some kind of minigame. I don't want to go there. Let's go.
Maybe the message on the pictures refers not to the stairs to the
this
den,
one.
but to these stairs.
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a game, something. Zoom in somewhere. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna guess. That one's stuck. It's like you gotta get this guy out of here. Oh god. This is like a little hard. Okay, let's see. FH. Yeah, this is a lot of movements, isn't it? Jesus. Okay. That should be good. Oh, there we go.
There's something inside.
Let's see. That's it. I only had to move
I
that
am
one.
glad that you are getting your picture painted wearing your favorite shawl. It will be a beautiful painting because you look beautiful in that shawl.
Thanks.
I forget the name of the stitch you used to make it, but I think it is amazing that you learned how to knit a whole shawl just by reading one book. I wish I could put my mind to things like you can.
Females are
I am
amazing.
also glad that you like the handbag that I got you. I knew it would become your favorite on account of the pretty picture the beads make. I want to know all the things that you like so that I can make sure you always have them. I figure that way you will always want me around. Meet me on Friday at noon by the Big Picture Rock. I love you, Dirk.
I love you, but I don't like your name. Dirk. 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 Dirk of Rural. Dirk. Dirk. Okay. So we're gonna go back. Oh no, that was the right way. Okay, now we know that that's a secret area. Let's actually go back to the chicken coop and go talk to him. He's back.
Hello, Nancy.
Because that's...
Guess I'm gonna be blushing every time I see you now.
Oh, you're gonna be blushing because I'm pretty. Let's be honest here. Because that seller thing, you don't have to be embarrassed as long as you level with the Raleighs like you said you would.
Because of that seller thing, you don't have to be embarrassed as long as you level with the Raleighs
No,
like you
because a
said
pretty
you would.
detective caught
Actually, I'm kind of glad you came by. Something I need you to do for me, if you wouldn't mind.
You bet.
You bet.
This chicken coop's been a thorn in my side ever since I got here. The wire I need to fix the hole in the fence was supposed to be delivered today, but it's not here yet, and the Raleighs just called and asked me to run an errand for them tonight. So if you could keep an eye out for that chicken wire and patch that hole as soon as it gets here, the chickens and I'd really appreciate it.
Will the wire get here before it gets dark?
Will the wire get here before it gets dark?
Doesn't look that way, but you still have to put it up, even if it means working at night. Just be sure to wear gloves. I'll leave my pliers out. If you have to do it at night, that's okay. There should be plenty of moonlight. You'll be able to see fine. Just make sure it gets done. Because if it doesn't, the coyotes are going to have themselves one heck of a banquet, and you're going to be in a lot of hot water.
No problem.
Now, is there something I can do for you?
A lot. Just kidding. May I see the letter you said Francis Humber wrote to your great aunt?
May I see that letter you said Francis Humber wrote to your great aunt?
Sure, got it right here. When I heard you were a detective, I started keeping it on me. Thought you might snoop through my stuff or something.
Thanks for letting me see it.
So.
Dearest cousin Ellie.
Oh my God.
My beloved Dirk is no more. I shall never see him again. And now you will never see me again, for I am on my way east, there to spend the rest of my life. I will never return to the territory of Arizona, not even when my father, whom I despise with every part of my being, has left this earth. But know this, sweet Ellie. Dirk told me that he had hidden something of great value, and that when all was in place, he would start me in pursuit of it. He was forever inventing fanciful ways to tax my brain, and was quite clever himself. Then, thanks to my father, he was arrested. Perhaps he wrote me from jail, and his note was lost. Or perhaps he grew to hate me. But he never told me how to find what he had hidden, and I am too heartsick to care. If you can somehow find it, it's yours, my dear young cousin. Know, too, that I miss you terribly and always, always will. Francis. P.S. Enclosed is a picture of the vilest man ever born.
Where was the jail that Dirk Valentine stayed in after he was arrested? Do you have any idea?
Where was the jail that Dirk Valentine stayed in after he was arrested? Do you have any idea?
Probably the one over in Dry Creek. It's a ghost town now, but the jailhouse and a couple other old buildings are still standing. At least they were last I saw.
Is it far from here?
Is it far from here?
On your way to Mary Yazzle's, look for the trail on your left that heads towards Shadow Mountain and stay on it till you get there. It's about an hour and a half's ride. This got something to do with the treasure?
It might.
It might.
Well, let me know if you need anything else.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Okay, now we're gonna ride the horse. Let's not ride a dog. It's cruel. Let's grab the saddle. Okay, I think I got the clubs. Let's see if we can talk to him anymore.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Oh, Bob's all yours.
Why are we
I
asking
set up some
permission?
barrels and a sawhorse so you can do some barrel racing and practice roping.
Cool.
Whenever you're out there, I'll watch you and time you.
Oh,
If you
God.
get good enough, like, say, you get your time below 10 seconds, and if you can lasso the sawhorse, like, say, 4 times out of 5, I'll give you your very own lariat. You can practice as much as you want, whenever you want. Just don't go walking off with my rope, because I'll be watching.
Oh, I'm gonna walk off with your rope, then I'll
Talk to you later.
tangle
Just
you
stay out
with
of
it.
trouble.
Just kidding. Watch me. Okay. Nice horse body though. He's fit. Wait.
Come on, Bob.
Okay. Let's go. So we need to do a barrel run.
Here we go.
Oh god. Am I supposed to go around them? Wait, I'm so confused. 3.
Yeah, yeah.
10.5. Start over.
Oh shit. Okay. Less than 10 seconds. Let's grab this.
Rats, I was this close.
Okay, we gotta get that broom. Come on, y'all.
Do over.
Deal over.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, bitch. This is fun.
Just missed. Yes.
You got 2 out of 5.
Oh shit, I gotta do more. Let's try this again.
Try again.
That's 1.
Do over.
Fuck.
Yes.
I just put it a little off.
Perfect.
It's just a little. Okay.
Gotcha.
That's 3 out of 5.
Let's try one more time. You gotta kind of put your mouse a little. Shit. Let's try that again.
Try again.
Girl.
Just missed. Try again.
Okay.
Missed.
Shit.
Yes.
4 out of 5. Congratulations.
Okay, that's 4 out of 5. Good. So this is kind of slow.
That's a 5-second penalty. You'll never get under 10 seconds now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Start over.
Okay, you're right.
Okay, Bob, let's go.
What did I do?
11.5. Start over.
Oh.
Okay, Bob, let's go.
Back.
Yeah.
11.5. Start over.
What? I have to get under 10. Oops. No, let's get back on.
Okay, Bob, let's go.
What did I do?
Yeah.
11.5. Start over.
Yeehaw.
Okay. Not good.
That's a 5-second penalty. You'll never get under 10 seconds now.
Yeah.
No.
Start over.
Yeehaw.
No, I think I'm supposed to click. Okay, I think I get it.
Nuts. Yeah.
You have to quickly.
10 seconds flat. Close, but no cigar. Start over.
Okay, I think I get
Okay,
it.
Bob, let's go.
Come on.
Nuts.
Not quite.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't hit it.
10 seconds flat. Close, but no cigar.
It has to be less
Start
than
over.
10 seconds.
Yeehaw! Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
10 seconds flat. Close, but no cigar. Start over.
Okay.
Here we go.
I think that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
9.5. How about that? You did it.
All right. Now I can get my own lariat. I did the barrel race in under 10 seconds and roped the sawhorse 4 out of 5 times. Do I get a lariat?
Yep, here you go. I'm kind of surprised at you.
Why?
Figured you'd be good for some laughs out there. You weren't. But there's still hope. This little vacation of yours ain't over with yet.
Can
I go riding again?
Yep.
Talk to you later.
No hurry.
Okay, we'll continue in part 2. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Bye.